All right, we're back here. Oftentimes people are very concerned with not only the molds and things that they're exposed to, but they're also exposed to a lot of parasitic issues just by being in the environment. After we do the frequency optimization, we're looking for those things that are still high and or that are still active, and those are the things that we would key in on. Well, we don't have a specific, unless you have the acoustic light wave system that we also do carry, you would focus on making sure that you have support for parasitic stuff. It's good to go on parasitic cleanse at least, I would say at least 4 times a year to make sure that they don't get out of control, because they can cause a lot of health problems. In this case, I want to show you one that was that's active. So this one, we were able to stimulate the body enough where it went from a 1, meaning it's a low-grade immune response, to a 2. So it's getting closer to normal, but look at this, it's still active. So this is something that we would definitely want to focus on and target. And what you tend to see is that when the body's environment gets right, you see a lot of these start to change into positives. So we want to try to stay ahead of that. In that website, aovitals.com, you can take a look at what this parasite does and what it's considered, how it impacts the body. Now, one important thing is we don't have all of the parasites listed here, but we have a good share of them. In energy medicine, the way this works is the system most closely gives you the answer to the item that's most closely aligned with the parasites you have. So if we don't have it, I'll give you an example. If someone is smoking marijuana and all we have is tobacco in the system, and that's what's causing the problem, tobacco will show up as a primary issue. Even though they say, well, I don't smoke cigarettes, I only smoke marijuana. That's because in energy medicine it defaults, the body naturally will gravitate to the item that's closest synergistically with the item that we found. So that's why more detail is often. Mite infestation is another good example. This is very general. So it could be anything from mites in the grass that you were exposed to that may have bit you, to mites you know, in a hotel, who knows. But those are things that can come up. Any type of small type of insect or animal that would impact the body's overall health. As we're going down here, we can see those parasites are active. If we see, you know, tapeworms and things like that that are active, those are things that generally I find need some nutraceutical support. They are, it's very difficult for you to get rid of those just with frequency alone. But I will tell you the frequency does amazing things, especially if you do have the acoustic light wave, which is a the next generation frequency generator that we have. Skin index, anti-aging, this is huge. So you're always looking to stay ahead. Now, I'll give you an example. One doctor that we worked with, we found a slight infection. He says, well, I don't have that. I don't have that infection. I'm sure I don't have that. Well, 2 days later, he called back and said, yes, you know what, believe it or not, I do have that. So it was like you found it a couple of days beforehand. So these are precursors. We're sensing subtle differences in the body. So these are things that we need to start getting rid of. Skin-free radicals, a prime example, is those that are exposed to the sun a lot. You'll see this start to elevate. Now, is it a full-blown problem? No, it's not over here on this side, but it is getting up there. It's getting to be a higher response issue. So we definitely want to make sure that we look at those in the future. We're going to look at viruses here real quickly. We got other viruses that show up here, and some of these can be genetic. So don't jump the gun unless they're positive. I wouldn't worry about it. But we also see some, we noticed in biotin we were low up there. So the immune response right now is the body saying, hey, I need biotin. I need more biotin. And then we also, this is a secondary item that we're going to need. Though that's really how you would end up reading the report, and then this disclaimer. The second point will show you how to use this report to get back into the core issues and how to focus on your therapy.